Okay, can I call Latifat Oyelakin?
Okay, friends. Hi, friends. I raised up my hand and I'm not sure you saw it. So I don't know if I can go first.
Yes, go ahead. I
Okay.
think.
Good morning, everyone. So concerning the topic, doing the change, making impact beyond campus is actually like a very, very good topic for because I'm sure most of us here are students. So it's like a very good topic for us. And what I just have to say concerning it is that making like in life generally we have to like give value, we have to make impact. So even if you're a student, even if you're a worker, anywhere you find yourself, basically making impact is very necessary. And it's like made me to like remember one in community impact project I embarked on yesterday in an IDP camp. Yes, so seeing the smiles on children's faces and we giving them value, like something that maybe they've never heard of before. And yesterday they got to like learn about it and was actually very, very, very good. Like it's actually like blessed my heart as a whole. So the topic basically is a very good one for everybody, basically. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Anna. It is good to know that you're making impact even beyond the campus. It's really good to know. Thank you for sharing that with us. So quickly, I would go through the agenda for today's program. Number one is the housekeeping rules. Then after we've taken that, I would run through about Mr. B's educational foundation. Then next up will be the presentation from our speaker for today. Then there will be questions and answers. Then we would close and also announce the upcoming and ongoing events. So I will quickly go through the housekeeping rules. Number one, be aware of your environment. Ensure you're in a quiet, distraction-free environment so that you can be focused on what we have for you today. Then number two, keep volume at a safe level. Avoid listening at excessively high volumes when using hands-free devices. Let us prevent our volumes from being very high to protect our eardrums. Then number three, mute when not speaking. Reduce background noise by keeping your microphone muted unless speaking. This is to ensure there's focus on the event. If you're not asked to speak or you don't have anything to say, please let's just keep our mic muted. And when you have to speak, you can just raise your hand and you'll be allowed. Then number four, share video only when requested. Turn on your camera only if asked to do so. Number five, do not watch while driving for safety reasons. Do not attend virtual meetings while driving. So if you're driving, you can just find a safe space to park and after the program you can continue with your journey. So quickly, Mr. Educational Foundation is a registered non-governmental organization with Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission and was established based on three out of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is Goal 1, no poverty, Goal 4, good and quality education, Goal 17, partnership to achieve the goals. Then this is our achievement over the years. PCB's foundation has rewarded over 70 students from four government-owned secondary schools within 5 years of their academic excellence. PCB's Educational Foundation has empowered over 200 women with vocational skills as a source of livelihood. They have trained teachers from five government-owned schools. PCB's Educational Foundation has also supported the second batch of they have also the second batch of mentorship program, which is currently ongoing. Then they have supported over 2,000 students and young professionals with employment and scholarship opportunities. Then lastly but not the least, SCB's Educational Foundation has partnered with organizations like Society of Petroleum Engineers, Elita Consult, Lagos State Youth Ambassadors, Buy Fashion, Selfless Service Foundation, KOA Foundation, Education Foundation, Wuraola Foundation, and more to come. Then I will quickly go through the profile of the speaker before I hand over to her. Kafilat Olanuke Olaranwaju Akintomiwa is the founder of KOA Education Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to expanding access to quality education since 2018. With her expertise in education, leadership, community development, and volunteering, she has led initiatives that provide scholarship, run back to school programs, establish libraries, set up a digital training center, and support learners under our scholarship programs. She is passionate about empowering young people and creating opportunities that help them reach their full potential. So kindly join me as we welcome the speaker for today's program, Mrs. Kafilat. You're welcome, ma.
Hi, Adiboye. She asked for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think she told me to say a few things before she joined. So, thank you for
Yeah.
I'm anchoring this session and for being a mentee that actually be putting in the learnings into action. And I hope this is just like a starting point for you. So talking about impact, I'm sure basically Missy Foundation is all about impact. And the reason why we brought Kafila to do justice to this topic is because aside from the fact that she's the founder of KOA Foundation, where we partner together, most of our goals actually align. They are also more concerned about SDG 4, and they are doing it on a very, very large scale. We are currently partnering on a project that is start CBT readiness program. And I'm sure when you guys hear CBT, for someone that just graduated from school, the first thing you would hear is that comes to your mind is actually maybe UTME and the likes like that, which most people now are going through and facing when it comes to writing these exams. But the truth about it is not everybody not everybody has the same opportunity because they are underprivileged people. And Kafila has been making impact for a very long time. So she invited us to actually be a part of this program. It's more like we reaching out on Solving the Nations program, one student at a time. So aside that, there are several other stuff they've done. They've sponsored lots of children going to school today. They have students they've sponsored right from primary school down to GS3, and they are still sponsoring them. Kafila, can you confirm if you are on the call? I want to be sure. Okay, so while she joins fully and confirms her presence, I would continue talking about what impact is. So normally I know we have our mentees on this call. So just to give you an hint, after this session, you are going to come up with a project about creating impact. You are going to reach out to people. You are going to make impact in your own way, the best way you think it is. And those are the ways you're going to give back, because volunteering and mentorship actually is in circles. It's not a one-directional thing. It has to go around. And I like what Anna said initially, like giving back sometimes doesn't really mean that you can get back from these people. It could be just a way of knowing that you cannot get from this person, but the satisfaction you get, the happiness you get from giving back to these people is more than enough for you. So going to an IDP camp, yeah, obviously people from that camp would actually leave and become great things in future, but you might never cross paths. But that impact you've actually made to them might be one of the reasons why they would either give back to someone else, start a foundation, get inspired, and all of these things. So that's one thing, that one statement you said to them would actually build their future. And that is a way of you giving back to the community. And I will tell you that is practically the definition of sustainability. So I don't know if there's anyone on the call that wants to say something in addition to what I have said, pending the facilitator takes over from here. Adeboye,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, take over. I think she's joining very soon.
Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. Does anybody have anything to say concerning making impact? Does anybody have anything to say? I think Anna has spoken already. Jumbo, are you with us? Jimbo, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you, sorry.
Okay. Can you quickly share with us anything, maybe any experience you have about making impact, or maybe how someone has made impact in your life, maybe the impact someone has made in your life, and you want to share with us? It will be greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much. So, my own perspective of impact is basically lead to little efforts, little contributions we make to the society. So it can be of to growth. So I derive joy making I myself I'll grow, and also I'll see that other grow.
Okay, thank you very much, Jimbo, for sharing that with us. Our speaker is here now. Mrs. Kapila, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry for taking your time. I'm here now. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So let's get to it. So good morning, change makers. I'm going to be addressing you as change makers because I believe that's why we are here today. And I believe that the topic is all around be the change, making impacts beyond the campus. So I want us to know that at the end of this session, we are change makers because all of what we have learned would have, carried us, taking us to the space where we can call ourselves change makers. So I am so excited to be here today. And I first want to thank Mr. B's Educational Foundation for putting this together because this is a powerful platform. And it shows that even while you're on campus, you are preparing for something great. And that's what Mr. B is doing via its mentorship session. It's training all students to be greater than themselves, to have something that will outlive their student's ID card. So that's why we are here today. So my name is Olanrewaju Akintomiwa Kafila Tolanike. I believe that the host has graciously speaking about me and talked about me. I'm the founder of Q Education Foundation, and I'm here to talk to you today about the topic, Be the Change, Making Impacts Beyond the Campus. Now, before I begin, so I'm just going to share my screen. Sorry. So before I want to believe that you can see my screen now.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
All right. So before I begin, I want us to reflect on something. So this is something that we are reflecting on. I'm going to ask one or two people to talk about it at the end of the session based on what you have learned. So this is the topic. This is what I want us to reflect on. If you could change one thing on your campus or in your community right now, what would it be? That is what I want you to reflect. Think about it. Just hold it in your heart as we talk today. And at the end of the session, we can all talk about one thing that we think that we can do on our campus or in our community. So I'm going to ask you all to, do something for me in the chat box. So I'm going to share another image with you. Sorry, just give me a minute. Okay, so the question is, what's one small act of kindness you have experienced that made a difference? That's because my slide is not coming up. So I want you to put that in the chat box for me. What is one small act of kindness you have experienced that made a difference? So I'll read your answers in the chat. Yes, thank you so much for helping me put that out there. What's one small act of kindness you have experienced? Okay, when you volunteered for a STEM outreach to a secondary school in Mina, that's perfect. We need more answers. So you said when you volunteered for a STEM outreach. Now, what do you think the act of kindness was to the students in Mina? So you volunteered for a STEM outreach. What do you think you passed across as your act of kindness to those students? Mr. Jumbo.
Sorry, I did not get you. My network.
So you said when you volunteered for a STEM outreach to a secondary school in Mina, that was one small act of kindness. So I'm asking now that what is the act of kindness you think you passed forward? Like, what do you think the students would remember you for via that outreach?
Okay, ma. Encouraging them to apply for STEM courses once they are ready for university, and also we taught them density.
That's very good. So that one thing that you did was encouraging them to apply for STEM programs. That is the act of kindness that they would not forget. Because if you had not gone there on that day to talk to them about it, they probably would not be able, like, would not have the initiative to be able to, know about STEM or do something around STEM programs. She understands. So I think there is only Mr. Jumbo that answered my question. So I'm going to move on so that we don't waste much of our time today. So let's talk about the main message. Like, okay, talking about being the change. Now, for me, I'm going to first talk about the foundation, my foundation that I run, and how making a change, how that comes into making a change. So before I began the foundation, I did not just start a foundation. I was a member of a change organization in which that they help sickle cell initiative, sickle cell patients for awareness, to make them feel better about themselves, to keep them up to date, to make sure that they are doing their regular checkups, and for people to also know their blood type or genotype. Now, I did not just wake up one day to say I want to start it. I was a part of that, and I was making an impact in that way, in that else. And at the same time, I was a teacher. I was teaching, and then I realized that there were students pupils in my classroom that had no exercise books and they were in school. They had no textbooks and they were in school. So I thought, okay, how could I change that? What can I do to change that? To make an impact, to change something, to do something little in my own way. I'd give out exercise books. I'd call them. I would encourage them that they should not feel like because they don't have this, they cannot be focused in their education. And from there, I started to do some other things, like students that are out of school, I'd pay their school fees. And this is not just about me alone. We have volunteers in which that they would see people in their community. Like there was a time where a volunteer in the foundation saw a girl in a community when everybody was in school. She would just, the girl would just be all around. She's not in class or anything. And then she came to the foundation and told us, oh, this is what she has noticed. Oh, this, that. And then the foundation started helping the girl. And the girl is now in junior secondary school. So imagine that act of kindness. Had it been we have just left the girl or the person that saw this, that is why seeing something and saying something is very important. The person that saw this, assuming they just saw, they did not take action, they did not do anything with it, then that girl would just be where she is. She probably even had, a lot of vices. But because the person could not do something about it, she brought it to the organization in which she is to do something about it, and something was done about it. That is change. That is making an impact. Now, we have starts where you are. That is what that lady did. Because she did not have the resources to actually get this done, she came to an organization that could do something. That is starts where you are. You don't need, if there's is something that says you don't need millions to make an impact. You only need willingness. Now, before you come for me and say, oh, is it willingness that I'm going to use to pay school fees? Is it willingness I'm going to use to buy exercise book? Is it willingness I'm going to use to do this? No, that's not what I mean. What I mean by willingness is that, you want to do something. You are willing to do something. Now, you know that you want to do that thing. What way in which you can carry out that thing? Do you understand? You don't necessarily have to have the millions. You don't necessarily have to have all of the resources. But if you are willing to make a change, you can then plan towards making that change. That is why it is a mindset. If you do not have it in your mindset that, oh, I'm going to help somebody, even if you are rich and you have millions of naira or you have thousands, you are not going to make that impact because you don't have it in your mindset that you want to make an impact. So it's not even about the title, it's not about the having the money or any other thing. It's about having the mindset that, okay, where I am, I want to make a change. It could be just a single act of tutoring a child for free. You notice that, oh, this child is a brilliant child, but at the same time, you see that this child, when they come back from school, they play a lot. And it's fine, children can play, but at the same time, you want them to, okay, have like 15, 20 minutes of something that they can brush up on. Or even a child that is not even brilliant, and you notice that this child is not brilliant, but if I can take them simple steps of ABC, I believe that it can make a change in their life. That is having a mindset of impact. Joining a campus group, if you have a group in the campus, I think, okay, this group in the campus, they do this, they do that, and it positively changes the campus, you join them. It could be cleaning the hostel surroundings. It could be going to the library of your campus and rearranging books. So start wherever you are. You don't necessarily have to be at the top or be a big person or be a rich person, but have the mindset that you want to make an impact and you begin. That is a clue. That is how leaders step up. That is how leaders are achieved. So when you start where you are, you then continue to climb the steps and go higher, because it is when you start with a child, you realize that, okay, you can also do this, and then you can do that. And then before you know it, you are climbing the steps and you are making great change. Next one is use what you have. If there is no money, some people have skills. Some people are very, very good at teaching. Like, they don't even have to go to education school. They are just very skilled at picking up a child and telling the child, these are the steps in which to learn. Some people are good with using their words to encourage, to inspire people. Some people are good with talents. Like, some people have like talents that, their talent is very fantastic, that they could teach a child music, they could teach a child art, they could teach a child literacy, digital literacy. So use what you have. It's not necessarily like you have money or you have like a lot of resources. If it is talent, if it is time, if it is your voice, or if it is your social media platform, use it and use it to make meaningful change. Share your knowledge, encourage someone, volunteer your skills. It's not necessarily that, because I know how to write, and a lot of these things, I want to start an NGO that I'll write books or I'll put children together, and you can join an existing initiative and be their writer. That way you are contributing, you are making a change, because your words that are being published on their blog, on their podcast, or whatever their channel is reaching a lot of people. And what you have right now is enough, which takes us back to step one, which is starting where you are. So using what you have, use it to start where you are. Don't underestimate any small things that, would this be useful? Would this make a change? In as much as those things are positive things, use them. For example, you could join the your campus radio station, and every morning you say things that encourage you to. You can just say, what am I saying? Would it make a difference? It just means that one child just needs to hear it. And we all know that now the world is just the world of like people like to listen, and they like to see something. So if you can make an impact, like, okay, I have a social media page, I can share opportunities. From one opportunities, when I get it, I can share it with others. That's also making an impact. That's also being a change. Post opportunities, share courses. You see that there's an organization that is organizing so. Don't just keep it to yourself. Share it, and other people would take advantages of it. That is also using what you have in terms of social media. The founder of Mr. Beast Education Foundation, she's my very good friend. And ever since I've known her, sometimes I actually dream to checking her status like randomly, like very, very well, was that she's always sharing opportunities. If you check her status, she's either sharing fully funded scholarship or internships or job applications, even to her LinkedIn. And those are things that are very, very useful, because that is a way of making change. Because if you and I see what she's posting and then we apply for it and we do something impactful through it, that is an act of kindness that she has given to us. She did not give us money. She did not give us any like something, a car or jeep or something. She gave us something that is very, very valuable. Because imagine seeing a fully funded scholarship on her status, applying for it and getting it. That is just a pathway to success. That is her impacting us in our own way. When I was in I just finished my master's at University of Lagos, and when I was doing my defense, a friend walked up to me and she hugged me, and I smiled, because I usually smile, I'm like a smiling person, and I'm like, okay, what's special today? Like, this hug is like so special. And she said, that recently that I shared something on my status. I share a lot of things on my status. I share food, I share movies, I share a lot of things. Well, she said I shared like an opportunity about SDG goals, and then she applied, and then she got in. And that she's very really pleased with the impact that she's making via that SDG goals, that things that she's learning how she can impact people, how she can change. I'm like, wow. Like, I was really proud of myself, and that I was really proud of the fact that I used my own space. I used what I had to make a change. And I had already left a footprint, because it's something that, oh, if they ask, how did you come about this? You say, oh, I saw it on my friend's status. Just something as simple and basic as that. So even if you think that, oh, I don't have all of this, I don't have all that, you would have something. If you think deeply about what you could have, like, you would have something that is valuable, that you can also share, that you can put out there. And it will be something that, because it could be something small to you, but it's something that is a big ball, and that could change the lives of people forever. So I like this quote very, very much. It was a quote by Judy Bloom. She says our fingerprints don't fade from the lives we touch. So no matter, like, fingerprints now, no matter how like little, how much, like, it does not change. Like, because people would always remember that this is the person that connected them, that made them, that gave a positive impact in their life. So go out there, use what you have. It's talent, if it's time, if it's, and if you have resources, please use it. If you have money, use it beautifully, use it judiciously, and use it to make a change and impact lives. Then the third one says, okay, it's 4, sorry, not 3. Go beyond yourself. Now, what do you mean go beyond yourself? Okay, it is not like overdo sort of thing now. Make it about others, not about yourself. If you are doing something impactful, if you want to make a change, if you want to be the change, don't make it about yourself. Make it about the people that you are serving. Because when you make it about the people that you are serving, you are connected to them in a way that you feel them, you understand them, and you want to do more for them. You want to make life better for them, and you want to make the world better. So think about it like, okay, I am serving others. That is what true leadership is. I want to listen to them. I want to hear them. I want to help them in ways that I can. And my act of kindness, my making an impact, how would it truly serve them beyond myself? So if you think, okay, let me do this thing, and you are doing it and you're doing it, people are seeing it, because people see and people watch. That is it. People would watch. They will feel like, okay, let me see what this person is doing. Maybe, okay, while they are doing it, are they doing something important through it? Does it make more sense, like much sense? And when they see that this thing that you are doing, it makes so much sense, they will key into it. So make it about the others, like people that you are doing it for, not about yourself, because true leadership is serving others. And when you are serving others, you enjoy it more and you want to do more, because seeing them happy makes you happy. Now, and it's important that, okay, you are students, or you are students, and you want to create something that outlives your student ID. Your student ID, you are graduated and all of this. But what is that thing that you have done that has outlived you? Like, oh, that's gone beyond yourself, that people just see, they say, oh, this is this person. And because you have truly served others, it makes your act of kindness, your impact shine, and it's not just about you. Now, if you are doing all of these things, remember that consistency is very, very important. Sustainability is like the goal. Make sure that what you are doing is sustainable. Don't pack, oh, today I want to clean this place, tomorrow I want to do library, next tomorrow I want to teach a child, next tomorrow I want to volunteer at the school. You can do 2 things together, 2, 3 things if you know you're capable. But make sure that you are consistent, like not just showing everywhere, but showing up to what matters to you. Do you understand? Start small but steady. If it is a weekly study group you want to join that would help others, to learn, because there are some students that, okay, for example, you're studying accounting in school and you are very, very good in mathematics, like very, very good. But there are some students that they are good in mathematics, but accounting, hey, once I add that, if money comes into your account, that's debit. I'm like, how? If money goes out of your account, that's credit. I'm like, how? Like, I'm very, very confused. Like, but accounting students say that's how it is. Oh, okay. So there are some students that they'll get confused with technical terms and stuff like that. But because if you are very good in this, you can organize a small study group and session, put them through it, guide them through it, make them understand it. And that is you being a change. If they finish and they make A or they do well in that course, even outside of the university, they will continue to remember that, it is this person that taught me this so thing. That is what they have. They did not give me money, but it was more than money. And they were able to do it like consistently. Maybe if you don't do things that would make you also like go down in your studies. If it is weekly, if it is bi-weekly, monthly, just do something that it would make a very big difference, but you are doing it consistently. How can you make it consistent? Just think about it first. This is what I want to do. How can I make it consistent? How can I do it without, making myself go behind in what I'm studying also? Okay, if I want to volunteer at the library, how much of my time do I have in a week, in 2 weeks that I can use to do this, and it can make a difference? So make sure that whatever you are doing, you are consistent about it, and that you see that, okay, this thing is making the right impact. So at the same time, reflect back on, okay, this is how I can do this thing that will make more impact, or that will be more useful for every other person. So I hope everybody is following, and I'm not just I hope you are following me. So if you are following me, you can please type in the chat box and say following or something to indicate that you are following. I've not seen anything in my chat box, so I'm just going to hold. Okay, thank you, Mr. Adebayo. Thank you, Jumbo. Thank you, Mr. Bassett. So let's go to the what, the why, the how, and with whom. Now that with whom, I added it because, like I said earlier, making an impact goes beyond yourself. It is about serving others. And if you feel like you cannot do it alone, remember that you can do it with someone. So what is the what? What is it you want to do? You are in the campus. You want to make an impact. You want to be the change. You want your act of kindness to be out there because you've received act of kindness, or even if you've not received act of kindness, you just want your act of kindness to be out there. Now, what is that thing? You must first identify the change you want to create. I am sure that if you stay at the junction of your school, you can see about 10 things that you feel like this thing needs to be changed. Identify it. That is the what. What do you want that change to be? What is that impact that you want to make? Do you want to make sure that people do not litter on the campus? You want to try your best to make sure that people do not litter on the campus? Do you want to make sure that people come to a clean toilet or a clean restroom? They want to make sure that when people touch or pick up a book in the shelves of the library, it is not dusty. Yes, you have librarians, but you can as well assist librarians. Or do you want to make sure that your classmates that are behind, not because they are not serious, are catching up with their educational performance? What do you want to think about it and identify the change? Then why do you want to do it? Don't just, some people are more passionate about education courses. That is why some people would rather pay a child's school fees than pay for another thing. Some people are more passionate about ensuring that people have access to water. Some people are passionate about people having access to food. Some people are passionate about health. Some people want a clean environment. So what is that fuel that is driving your own car? What are you passionate about? What is your motivation? What is the why? So if you know the why, like, this is what I want to do, you're able to, it just makes everything very, very much easier for you, because it will not feel like work. It will feel like, you're doing things that, I want to do. And it will feel like you doing things at your pleasure, not you doing things that you are being forced, or before you stand up on the bed, you're already thinking about 50 reasons why you have to cancel. And then the how. starts with willingness. Like I already said that time that willingness does not mean that you have millions. You just have to be willing, to do something. So let me go a little bit back to the okay, sorry, let me just continue. So you have the willingness, like, okay, how do you want to get this done? The resources. I know that I already said that willingness will not pay for school fees, will not pay for, but what I'm trying to drive at is if you are willing to do something, you can figure it out. The resources, the skills, the people that are needed, you figure it out. It's very, very easy. Because if you don't have resources, somebody else has the resources. So how do you want to get them to help you with the resources? And if it is not something that takes your resources, it's something that takes your talents, your time, your skills, then it's very easy. So, but you have to first figure it out that, is it going to cost me money? If it's going to cost me money, I don't have the money. How can I get the money? But if something that is not going to cost you money, it is your talents, your skills, you can do that for free and they are fine and it does not take like much from you. Now with whom? I know we all did economics. I don't know if you all did economics, but I believe that economics is a general subject. And they once taught us in economics that complementary goods, that, okay, if you buy Milo, you buy sugar because they complement each other. They make each other sweet. Yeah. If you buy car, you have to put petrol because, they complement each other. If you have a phone, you have to put a SIM card because they complement each other. So with whom? Who do you want to complement with? Who do you want to collaborate with? You don't necessarily have to do it alone. Don't be scared of the word co. The word co, it could be one person, it could be two person. Sorry, it could be two person, it could be three person, not just one person. So don't be scared to go out there and make people that will make impact with you. It cannot just be you if you're using co. It has to be with you and one person or with two person, or depends. You can co-lead, you can co-volunteer, you can co-partner. You don't have to do it alone. Make sure that you encourage the word co. You complement each other. You collaborate. Somebody is an island, and what you lack, someone else will have, and what they lack, you would have it. That is the power of collaboration. You give me this, me, I will drop this, and together we will do this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if like two people, three people come together, in fact, it will make much more sense. Like, you guys will do great things. So that's why I said don't be scared of the word with whom. Do things, with people, like people that are trustworthy, people that you know that, okay, they would not want to do it for their own benefits or their own selfish reasons. People that want to do it beyond their own self and they want to truly serve others. So with whom can you do this with? You collaborate with them and you guys will complement each other and you would do great things together. Let's say, for instance, now you want to teach you want to teach your colleagues a particular stuff. Know that there's somebody that you can go and talk to, like the HOC. It's the HOC that will now get everybody that are interested because they have the data of everybody in the class. And they know people that are probably lacking. And they're the one that can even fix time and choose a classroom. So you're already co-partnering with the HOC like that. Now, you might need marker board or marker. I feel like you don't have. But when the HOC announces that this is going to go on, there are people that will even drop marker that, thank you so much. This is marker mode. This is this. You see, people are already coming together for you to achieve, like for you to be the change or for you to make an impact. So collaborate. Now I'm going to I don't know how many we are on the call. Okay, we are 10. So I don't know how the host can help me do a breakout session. I want to do a breakout session where we have maybe two groups is fine. And in that group, I would want us to just come. Yes. I want to talk about collaboration and how to practice it. So I'm going to put what I want you to do on the screen. But first, is it possible that we have a breakout? Is it possible that we have breakout rooms, please, the co-hosts? Is that at all possible?
Yes, the rooms have been created.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to just put up the question, what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to share it with everybody. So should I share it with you, or how do I do it? Or I just share it on my screen because there are two images. Hello? Okay.
Anna, you haven't joined your breakout room. And Jumbo. Okay, I think Jumbo has joined. Okay.
Okay, so which challenges are we picking? Which community problem are we considering? Good evening. Good morning, everyone. See what types of problems.
Maybe you suggest another zoo follow.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I've pasted the activity on the chat so that we can see it.
I don't know if they will still have access to the chats after while in the interaction. So maybe KOA Foundation should share.
Should I share the screen again?
Yes,
Yes, for this room, for room 2.
Okay. Okay.
Give me the battery. Give me battery. Battery. Let me keep it.
Oh, sorry, we have few minutes. KOA, please confirm you can move in between the rooms, and I don't have to be the one to move you around.
Sorry, okay. How do I confirm that? I can see room 2.
Can you see if you click on the
How
breakout
can I
room?
confirm that I can move?
Can you see step out of the room, like anything that says you can leave this
No.
room?
No.
Let me see. Okay, I think I just have to keep moving you around.
All right. So how many minutes do we have for this so that
5 minutes. I thought you said 5
all
minutes. So
right.
how many minutes?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So please let's start. I'm going to move you to room 1 again to get them up. No one is saying anything. You guys need to work
Okay.
together.
Hello, everyone. Let's talk. Okay, I think I would start on my own personal contribution. For me, I would suggest something like a mental health group, a support group. That is just what I feel I can do personally. She said the first task is choose one area of change you'd like to tackle. So there are a lot. For me, I'll choose mental health because I feel like mental health around my school is going down the drain. So does any other person have any contribution?
Sponsorship, yes. So I've participated in a team like sponsorship team for a conference. Yes. So I think I have idea on how to like sort out for sponsorship. Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, Anna. So, is there any other thing we're missing out? We need someone to, oversee everything and make sure that everything is going well. More of management. So, Tunde,
And what about writing of proposals?
okay. I think that's still very okay.
Miss Anna, can you do that for us?
Okay, for the proposal, I want to like understand the importance of it in the project. because I'm trying to think how proposal comes in place. So I don't know whether like I will need like more explanation on the proposal firstly.
But do you get the project name?
Yes, I heard something like clean up and creating
I mean
awareness.
drainage. I mean drainage,
Yes, for
blockage
drainage.
of
Yes,
drainage. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So the project, the important is to allow, basically to allow free flow of
Other people on this. Elizabeth, are you with us? Miss Elizabeth, are you with us? Adigbaike Farida, are you on this call? Are you active?
You have 3 minutes more. So I think you guys
Okay,
just
I
need to
think
work
it's
with what
just
you
two of
have.
us that are here on this room that are responding. So
Work
we
with
are
what
going
you
with
have,
women
how to
empowerment.
actualize. Mm.
Hello,
Okay,
are
since
you still there?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, since we are finalized to women empowerment, what can we offer? For me, I can design flyers, I can create content and all.
Okay. So from my hand, I think I will be able to mobilize people,
Okay,
create more awareness around the program. Then I have connections with some NGOs and those people that are willing to give back to the society by empowering women. So I want
okay,
to train them on some skills so I can be able to do that.
okay. Do we have any other person that wants to add to that? Okay, so I think the last question can be, what are the practical things that we can put together to make the idea possible? Like, what are the steps we can take? You said
So now the
women,
first, okay, go ahead.
so like, how do we empower them exactly?
Okay. First, like you have to create awareness. At least we'll get these women that we really want to empower.
Okay,
Then we'll meet with those people that already had the skills that we want to empower them on.
okay,
So we'll reach out to them, we'll get their response. Then we'll work with those people that are ready to work with us. And that maybe it is going to be in the areas of what do you call it? Oh, tailoring, fashion designing, sorry, shoemaking, because more women now are into shoemaking. Then,
yes, I think
then
you're
there's one other business I used to see, and that one is more of what a woman can do. Packaged, all this packaging of foodstuffs,
okay.
maybe
Yes,
picked
yes,
the things that they already picked, ogi, ogi pap.
yes, I've seen that. I see that around now. The new,
Those are the things you can actually do in your house. Like you don't need to get a shop to get
okay,
started. You can start with minimal capital, and by so doing, you are contributing. You're having something to do on yourself.
okay. Thank you
So
very
Okay,
much.
sorry, we are closing the breakout room now.
Okay,
they will source for fund for them to get started. I think that's it.
thank you. We can leave the
You're
breakout
welcome.
room now.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. And I want to believe that was quite insightful for people that that was their first time discussing with other people on how to design a simple project and combining what each person has. And I want one person each from each group to just, briefly talk to me about their project idea and how each person collaborated and brought something to the table. So I'm going to start from room one. Who's going to represent room one? To talk to me about it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for the privilege. So the idea we brought was drainage system, particularly for one community where we come in and volunteer in one way or the other to see that drainage systems are opened and are provided to ensure easy flow of water to avoid flood and other natural factors or natural disasters. So we're four in numbers. Mr. Basit, Miss Anna, Mr. Tunde, and I. So Mr. Basit is in charge of community awareness. He will be the one to drive awareness, bring people. He's in charge of the publicity in general, how to bring people, because we need more volunteers that can assist in the community outreach. Then Anna is in charge of writing proposals and also seeking for sponsors, because we need tools to deliver this particular project. Then I in particular, I'm in charge of designing flyers and also creating content for online awareness, per se. And also Tunde will be the one to oversee the whole project to see that everybody delivers at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a brilliant project idea. And while I was shaking my head, I know some of those people, and those things that they said that they can do, that is their area of strength. Like, because I know them for years now, and those exact things were their area of strength, and it's just so beautiful to see, because they did not deviate from it. That okay, somebody that was not very much good in publicity said they were going to do publicity. The person that picked publicity is very good at publicity. The person that picked managing project very good at managing. So it's like a very good combination. And I love the fact that you chose something that it could bring other people in, like other volunteers in. And it's not something that would take much money. Because yes, if you want to do drainage system, you would need your tools. Some of you would have these tools in the house. Some can be rented. Some, if you even talk to some people, they can even give it to you for free, because they know that the purpose you want to use it for is something that is very, very, very impactful. So, and person that is going to write proposals, so well done, because you need it to, get people around, resources and anything that you need to make it achievable. So that was like a very brilliant one. I really like it because it's something that would make an impact, because once you clear the drainage system, everything keeps going fine the way it's supposed to be. People in that environment will be like, so some people came so to do so, and it's really, really impactful and it's changed. And it's something that people would not really pay attention to it, but you brought it out of so much problems that you could take off, because people would literally dump into drainages and it would block the passage of every other thing to flow through. So well done, well done, well done. So room two, let's hear you. Who is representing room two?
Okay, I think I'll do that. For room two, we spoke about women empowerment, and we're three in the room. Well, just two people were actively responding. Then I and Khadija spoke about women empowerment, and I I would be in charge of content creation and flyers for any any activity that will be done concerning women empowerment. Then Miss Khadija said she knows one or two NGO that she could reach out to for support for these activities that we'll be carrying out. Then she would also be in charge of reaching out and awareness, that's reaching out to people who will be empowered. Then the skills that we talked about was packaging, that's food packaging. She particularly mentioned that food packaging is very easy to go into, that they can start it from their home. They don't need so much, they don't need large capital. It's just to get their packaging materials and the food materials that they want to sell. So we can empower them with that. Then tailoring and shoemaking. So that was what we spoke about.
See, two people and you did brilliantly well. Like just because you collaborated and you shared what you could do. So the fact that Ms. Khadija, I think I pronounced it right, she mentions that it's easy for people to package food. Like that means she's already knowledgeable in that area. Like she has that skills, like she's knowledgeable in that area. And you said, oh, you're going to do content creation and publicity. Putting those two together would make like a really big difference, because assuming just you have your content creation and publicity, but you don't know the fact that it's easy to package so and easy to teach so, it will be hard for you to effectively carry out such projects. So for two people to like come together and say, oh, let's empower, and this is how we are going to do it, it's a very, really, really, really nice idea, which was brilliantly presented. So well done. Thank you so much. So that is how collaboration works. And that is why collaboration is very, very important, because one person will complement each other. So if you're a student, if you're a working person, you can collaborate, you can talk to people on how you can effect change, so that way you're not doing it alone. And if you want to be like, okay, the main person, you can also get in more volunteers to help you achieve the impacts you want to make, and make sure that people that you are getting, like people that are coming together to do this thing with you, they understand what true leadership is, and that it's about serving others. It's not just because they want to have content to to post and share, not because they just want to say, oh, this and about themselves, but because they want to genuinely do an act of kindness. They want to genuinely make a change. They want to genuinely make an impact. So your actions on campus or wherever you are would have multiple effects. Like it will have effects on other people. Because if you change somebody's life, or if you change a particular community, it's not just them. Because in when we're talking about NGOs, change initiatives, we talk about direct beneficiaries and indirect beneficiaries. So direct beneficiaries are the ones that you are directly impacting. But indirect, they're the ones that you don't even know, but they are somehow benefiting from what you have done to one person. Let's take, for example, you put in what's that example I was going to use? Okay, you establish a library, for example, and they say this library is for students. You just say students, and students are coming in. When they start reading and they start, getting better in their academics, indirectly you have made the lives of their teacher easy. Because without the library, teachers would have had to done extra work to get them where they are. But because you have done something for the students, the teachers have indirectly benefited from it, because you've helped them structure or restructure the lives of the children. So when you talk about direct benefits, those are people that you think that, oh, you are impacting directly. If you say, you want to clean an environment in a community or something, and when you do so, People stop falling sick because there's no dirty water, no breeding of malaria. You have been directly affected their families because if they were sick, their family members would have been the ones to be running all about and all of those things. People that are not even living in their area would be affected by their sickness. But because you have done so, people that are not living in their area, that they would have called for emergencies, they will be at peace. So know that whatever you are doing is like a ripple, like you are dropping a drop in the water, but it's having a ripple effect to those beyond you can see. To those even people that you might not even hear of or know of. And when you learn something also, don't forget to share it out there. So whatever you've learned today, make sure that you share it. I'm going to wrap up with a story. So when I was doing my master's in Unilag, I one thing I think that people learned from me was the fact that I don't litter. I don't like people littering around me. So my friend, so I used to say it's like there was one day somebody wanted to litter beside my friend. They said, will you stop that? Do you want to litter around Nike? And I'm like, oh, and I just laughed because for her to like even tell another person, that was like a big deal. So one day she came, we saw in school and she was like, oh, do I know what happened? I said, what happened? She said she was inside KK and that thing just happened to her unconsciously. Like she didn't even plan on doing it, but it just happened. I said, what happened? She said she was inside KK and when she was about dropping, there was a guy that was holding a plastic and the guy, he wanted to drop and she wanted to drop and the guy just threw the plastic on the floor and he said, pick it. Like the time she said pick it, she was like, will you not beat me in this place like this? Like when she said pick it, the guy at first was confused, like, what do you mean pick it? But the guy picked it. She now said, oh, don't, like, it's not good to throw something on the floor. And she said because she learned that from me, that person too would, because he picked it, he too would have picked that habit and he would definitely pass it on. And before you know it, there will be less littering on the floor. And it's just not it was not me that meant the guy. It was because somebody was with somebody learned it from me, and that person is also sharing it down. So that is why making a change or making an impact is very, very effective, because if you have it and you spread it, you are spreading it to a lot of people, and that would make a lot of difference. So I'm going to share one last slide. Okay, we're going to share one last slide with you. These are practical steps in which you can take. You can volunteer with a local NGO foundation like Misty B's Educational Foundation. You can start a small initiative, book drive, peer mentorship, tutorial group. Be intentional with your social media presence. You can share knowledge, you can inspire, you can mobilize. You can clean out school libraries, you can clean out public libraries weekly. You can volunteer to arrange books, join local food bank. And you can also pay for health care for children, because there's this low HMO that Sky Insurance does now, 2,000 naira per child. You can volunteer to do it so that when a child falls sick, they have somewhere to go. Because if it is for less privileged children, it's really, really go a long way, because you're helping them bridge the gap to having access to health. So what I'm going to tell you today is that don't keep this session to yourself. Share one thing or two you learned with a friend or on social media, and also let us go back to that thing that we reflected on, that I said we are going to reflect on it, we should hold on to it. Please, can we put it up again so that now one person can then share, one or two person can then share with me what they've reflected on or what the answer is. So can we quickly just put that up? Thank you. Okay, if you could change one thing on your campus or in your community right now, what would it be? Or I can even share it. So please, I need one person before, because our time is already far spent before we. So if you could change one thing. So I'm not seeing any hands up. So what have you reflected on and everything that we've talked about today? One or two people. Nobody wants to say anything. Should I start calling names? Okay, if you don't want to talk, you can type it in the chat box. I think that makes it easier. I'm not seeing anything though. If you could change one thing about your campus or community right now, could make an impact or effective change, what would it be? Okay, I'm going to call names. You're just going to have to call names. Okay, Mr. Bassett, yes. Mr. Bassett has raised up his hand. Let's hear from you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I think in my community, what I'm going to change is engaging more youth in community service, because that has I think in my community they don't know what community service is, so it's engaging more youth in community service.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. And I have something in the chat. Mr. Jumbo said he would like to change the fact that there's no bathroom or toilet. Wow, that is like a big deal. Essentially, that's like a big deal. And I hope that you get the resources. I hope that you get people that you're able to talk to achieve that. I'll be waiting for you. That's such a very brilliant one. Well done. And thank you, Mr. Bassett, because yes, community service is very important. We need people to actively engage in community service so that our company will get better. So thank you so much. You can have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for joining us on this session. It is time for questions and answers. If we have any questions, now is the time to ask. If you have a question, you can just type it in the chat box or signify by raising your hand. Should I call names? Or can two people just tell us what they have learned from today's session? Their key takeaway from today's session. Just two people. Okay, I think I'll call names now. Anna, are you with us? Anna, are you with us?
I'm here. Hi, Prince.
Okay, thank you. Can you share with us one key takeaway from today's event?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma, for the amazing session. One key takeaway for me is the fact that making there's like no little there's no something like little impact. Yes. So any impact that you want to make or you have made actually goes a long way in helping others. And she said something that if you are interested in making an impact, it should not be about you. Yes, it should not be about yourself. It should not be about what you want to get from it, but about what the people that you are giving that impact would actually gain from it. So that actually stood out for me in our session. And I love the room. Yes, the breakout session also. It was also very interactive, and it opened me to like how a project is planned and how each person has different roles in making that project a success. So thank you very much, Ma.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna, for sharing that. Then also Farida says, I learned how to always collaborate with people. I think that is also a good takeaway from today's breakout session. So we have come to the end of today's session, and I'm sure that one thing is clear, that impact doesn't start tomorrow. It starts with the little decisions, the little actions that we make every day that is what impact is. Impact is not all about maybe dropping 10 million naira or maybe doing something big or killing a cow or something like that. Impact is that little action that you take today. So on behalf of Mr. Beast Educational Foundation, I want to sincerely appreciate our guest speaker, Mrs. Kafilat Ola Olanike Olarewaju, for pouring her wisdom and encouragement and giving time to share her knowledge with us today. Then to everyone who has joined us, thank you for your time, your energy, your engagement. It means a lot. It means a lot. So quickly to the next agenda for today, I would read a quote that says here, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And a candle loses nothing of its light when lighting another. I think these quotes are very clear. When you light someone else's candle, you don't lose any light on your own. You have only shared impact. You have created impact. That way there can be more light around you. Then to the ongoing and upcoming events that we currently have at Mr. Beast Educational Foundation. The first is the free CBT readiness program with limited slots available. The forms can be picked up at KOA, that's KOA ICT Center, which is a Gideon bus stop, Giwa, Ogun State. If you're interested, you can pick up the form at KOA ICT Center, Gideon bus stop, Giwa, Ogun State. That is for the free CBT readiness program. Then also, we have our first mentorship conference 1.0, where journeys inspire. And the theme for this year would be 4G network, strengthening the future through mentorship, guidance, growth, giving the signal of meaningful impact. So the flyers will be shared to us. I encourage us to share it out to others and let us prepare to participate in the event. The highlights of the event will be keynote speech, panel session, mentorship program launch, testimonials, knowledge transfer, freebies, and different opportunities. There will be game and a lot of fun also during the conference. So I urge us to prepare to be there. Save the date. The date is 10th to 11th of October 2025. Then, thank you everyone once again. To contact us on our social media, you can reach us on LinkedIn at Mr. Beast Educational Foundation, then on Instagram at Mr. Beast Foundation. On YouTube, you can get the recap of this session. This session was recorded. If you want to go back to it, we have the sessions on YouTube. For more inquiries, partnership, and sponsorship, you can send us a mail at on info at Mr. Beast Educational on info at mrbeastfoundation.org, and our website is mrbeastfoundation.org. So thank you once again everyone for joining. We really appreciate you putting out time to join us in this event. Thank you very much. See you next time.